What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to go over 10 things that you guys need to be doing to prepare for the DLC. Now, if you guys watched my video on Tuesday, you knew that I reacted to a video about the death of wilds. I disagree. I think it is in a hibernation state, if you will, until the DLC drops, because I'm a big believer in the fact that World and Rise both gain some of the success that they do because of their DLCs. Why are we to believe that after 2 attempts like that, Wilds will be any different? So, today's video is about how you can prepare from somebody that has played the previous 2 games, waited for the DLCs, and then played those as well. The first thing that you guys are going to be wanting to pay attention to is finishing your in-game builds, okay? Now, I do not think that all of our stuff is going to end up being useful very, very long in the DLC. But when we get the DLC, you're still going to need something. You're going to need to have a confident, consistent loadout that works until you're able to get the DLC gear that we are going to invest in. Okay, so that is going to be number 1. Okay, finish your weapon builds. Optimize your talismans. Going for the perfect rolls on the things that you can make work. Because although the odds of us having to replace them are high, it will still benefit you in the long run. Because you are going to end up being in a really, really good spot to start the DLC. Okay? For examples, give yourself an all damage build for when you're trying to farm. Give yourself a comfortable build when you are struggling to fight something specific. Give yourself a multiplayer build because multiplayer is such a big part of Monster Hunter. Okay, so make sure you guys are finishing your builds. Even if you left them, you're seeing this video, you're trying to figure out, is it worth it to go back? Yes, because you will always be in a better place to start in the future. Tip number 2 for the DLC is going to be mastering your main weapon. Okay, guys? You need to understand that when you are playing, when you are fighting, you will end up having to replace your gear, okay? That is a given. There's nothing we can do about that. What you're not going to replace, though, is the skill and experience you have on said weapon. Okay? You can spend so much time going through, farming out the perfect gear, so on and so forth. But unless you put yourself in a position to where you can fight anything, no matter what, you're going to give yourself a lot more trouble. So what I'm telling you, master your weapon combos. Go through, if you're a charge blade main, figure out the guard points, figure out how everything works. Figure out if you like Savage Axe more or SAED and go from there. That is going to be for every single weapon type. You'd be surprised at how much more you can learn when you stop just hitting the monster. Okay, there are so many people that sit there and they go in, they fight, and they just swing. There's nothing else to it. There's no positioning. There's no awareness. It's just kind of go. Even right here, you can see I'm fighting 2, and I'm trying to keep this one right here away from me because it is not where I want to be. Figuring out exactly how your weapon works to its fullest potential is going to net you way more uptime, way more skill, and way more experience than if you were to just kind of let it rock with this where you're currently at. This is probably a bad example because it's a Quematrix and it's super, super low, but nonetheless, make sure you guys are mastering what your weapon can do. You can always get rid of gear, you can always mess with gear, you can always adjust gear. You'll never be better at the game, though, than right now making sure that you are practicing. Tip number 3 is going to be making sure you have enough resources. Everybody sits there and they wonder about what weapons next, and what they need to farm, what they need to do, this and that, blah, 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 blah. There are so many people that forget that you need gear. You need money to produce the gear. You need monster materials. So what you need to be doing is making sure that you are there. Making sure that you have Gloam Grass, specifically for max potions, blue mushrooms for antidotes, bombs, pods for flashing, the screamer pods for the monster, the 3 monsters that have screams, mega demon drugs, and armor skins, trap tools, so on and so forth. Making sure that you guys have everything that you need to start off well is going to be super, super important. Okay, you can never have too many resources. So do a couple farming runs. Go out, go and get the things that you need. Mega potions, max potions, dust of life. They are all super, super important. And the more you get now, the more you can use later without having to go back and redo it. What better time now than during the lull period? Stockpile those essentials, okay? Tip number 4 is going to be all about talismans. Farm your talismans. And I'm not talking about just the perfect rolls. Anything that might be beneficial. You can see here, I have the crafted 8 stars right here, and then I have additional Golden Age charms. There are some of these that I will probably never use, like Critical Eye and Recovery Up. I don't see a need for that right now, but I might need something like this in the future. Rather than playing the lottery and hoping I get another one, just keep it. Talismans that you get now may not be perfect right now. In fact, they might become obsolete later on. But, at least for me, I'd rather have the option knowing that it's there than to take away the option knowing that I might have lost it. So, make sure that you guys are looking into all future possibilities when it comes to talismans. Don't just think about now. Don't just think about the meta like, oh no, this doesn't have attack boost and burst with 3 slots. It's trash. It's still usable. It's still viable. Okay, make sure that you guys are keeping an eye on the things that you're getting. Tip number 5 is actually very similar to tip number 1. But instead of being about builds, it's about weapons. Make sure you guys are building out multiple types. We don't know whether paralysis is going to go back to being crazy strong. Maybe sleep becomes the meta, or poison. Maybe it stays elements. We're not sure. But making sure that you have one of each of these weapons for whatever it is that you're going to be fighting is super, super valuable. We may not have to do a lot of prep work when it comes to Monster Hunter Wilds, but there's nothing saying that that couldn't change. So, the best way to make sure that you're covered now is to at least make sure that your weapons are ready, because it'll be a little while once the DLC does drop for you to get back to a point where you're steady, you're stable. Making sure that you have the right weapon for the right experience is always going to be super, super valuable. Tip number 6, because we were already talking about weapons with tip number 5, is to honestly go learn another one. If you're a Charged Blade main, go and learn Switch Axe. It's the only other morphing weapon in the game. Maybe you play Lance. Okay, go learn Gun Lance. Maybe you really like dual blades and you want to stick to something fast. You could go learn Sword and Shield, or you could learn Insect Glaive. This is the perfect opportunity for you guys to dive in with other weapons to figure it out exactly what it is that you like the most. Not only will it make you a better hunter because you're going to see different things, because you'll have different opportunities, but you'll also end up just being more proficient at the game, because especially when you play with other people, you'll have a better idea of what they're doing. And at least to me, knowledge is power. And when you're in a game like Monster Hunter, the more that you recognize, the more that you see, the more that you understand, the better off you'll be. The easier it'll all happen. So, try another weapon. Pick them up and see what you think. If you don't like it, you always have one to default back to. Tip number 7 is going to be all about going and completing optional and event content. Okay, there might be something that has just been sitting here that you might really, really like, especially in the event quests. There might be, you know, in this planet Savage Omega. Maybe this is something you hadn't considered because you didn't think you were good enough to fight it. What better time than now to try? Okay, especially if you join the Discord. There's people that are hunting in there all the time. Okay, maybe you want to kill Gogmazios. Okay, maybe you want to go through and you want to get all of the different cosmetic rewards. Now is the time to go through and hit all of them. There's no story, there's no grinding out that needs to be happening. It's just playing the game. So make sure that you're getting everything that you can, especially because there's no guarantee that all of the event quests will stay. Okay, you need to make sure that you are getting the things that you want, And truth be told, maybe I'll make a video on it. I'll sit there and this is what comes with this video, or with this event quest. This is what this is, so on and so forth. We'll see. Make sure you guys are going and getting all of your optionals, all of your event quests done, because the more you have done now, not only does it help with the resources gained, but it'll just help you improve as a player. You're hunting, you're fighting multiple things. Our next tip is just going to be about improving your game. Okay, what I mean by that is go through. Stop just hitting the monster. Stop just fighting the monster. Go into a hunt. Pay attention to what it's doing and learn a little bit about it. You'd be surprised how much easier it is to experience what's going on when you don't just sit there in the middle of the fight. The idea that people on the outside of the circle are always able to see better than the people inside of the circle is a very, very true statement. And the same goes for games like this. When you're in the middle of a fight, it is a lot harder to see what's happening next if you're not expecting it. So the best way to expect it is to go back in. Go back into that fight. Don't hit the monster. Just watch. Watch what happens when Ray Dao picks up his head. Watch what happens when Zoshia decides, hey, I'm going to do my dash attack. Figure out exactly what you need to do to increase your punish times. You increase your optimization. Now is a wonderful time specifically for that. To follow up with that, stop relying on your build. Your build is probably carrying you. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but expansion monsters aren't going to care. Okay, you can see here, the build that I'm rocking has just about everything defensive on it. We have mutual hostility for the shield, flawless armor so we take less damage, super recovery so we heal more, and then on top of that, we're just able to fight anything. That's great. It's a good build, don't get me wrong, but I'm not learning anything. All of the different times that I could get punished don't, because I have this build. I'm not saying you have to take all of it off and do anything like that, but kind of going along with our previous tip, make sure that you guys are paying attention to what's going on. The builds that we have rocked now in the end game are great. They're really, really good for right now. But the second we get into the DLC, they're going to be less great. They're going to be a little more obsolete. And the best way to counteract that is to just improve as a whole. And the final tip for this little video is to just have fun. Okay, there are so many of you that were honestly surprised at my in-game talisman farming video, because the idea behind it was to enjoy yourself. Fight the things that you want to fight. And truth be told, this is no different. Play the game as much as you want or as little as you want. Grind it out as much as you want or as little as you want. It doesn't have to be a slogfest. Just enjoy yourself. Have fun. At the end of the day, it's still a game, and a 2% difference in damage is not going to make or break your enjoyment. So make sure that you guys are enjoying it while you can. Make sure you guys are having fun while you can. All of it is just a game, which means have fun. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 10 things that you can do to prepare for the Monster Hunter Wilds DLC. I know I'm a little early on this one, and that's okay, but we're supposed to hear some more information about it in the coming month, in June. It's May right now. So hopefully we get a little bit of an idea of when it's coming so we can prepare a little bit more efficiently. That being said, that is going to do it for me for today. Thank you all for coming and watching it. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.